Water Act. As legislation along those lines failed to pass previous Congresses, the EPA, in partnership with other federal agencies, has begun to develop guidance to redefine waters of the U.S. Who gave them that direction? The people said to Congress, no, we don't want you to make more restrictive laws. The way they are is fine. Leave it alone. And somehow the EPA has just decided they want to do this.
The Supreme Court actually is the one who mandated that someone clarify after they made these decisions to the certain decisions referenced here. So they ultimately asked, the courts asked.
But did they direct the EPA or Congress? Clarify.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't read these decisions, but ultimately they directed the federal government to clarify the jurisdiction of the Clean Water Act.
Okay, but that should be a legislative act, not an agency defining act, because it's giving them unbelievable powers to go from navigable waterways to puddles and retention ponds and temporary construction water fills. I mean, that's where I have a real problem. And this all comes under the major category of unfunded mandates, because every time Washington, D.C. or Tallahassee leans on local governments to fix this problem, oh, but there's no money behind that mandate, just fix the problem, we shouldn't have to do it. You give us money to fix that problem you want us to fix for you, we'll fix it. Otherwise, you can suggest some things you'd like us to do, but we're not going to do them unless there's some money behind it. You're very happy to take our tax dollars. You're not really that happy to give them back to us, but you are certainly very free with your advice about the way we need to conduct our business locally. And we're mad. We just don't want to do it anymore. So for me, this is a real problem just on the basic principle of, again, we have a major overriding government entity trying to tell local governments what to do, and we demand local control.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Truax and then Commissioner Duffy.
Well, a couple things. Tag on that one real quick is this is similar to another agency redefining the shorelines, the accretion and all this. They weren't there to make policy, and so for them to have the opportunity, if you will, or for them to be directed to take opportunity to redefine things, I have a problem with. And so we do have to stay on top of that, so we don't need to beat that horse. The other thing I'm going to do selfishly here is to thank Mr. Burns for his hospitality, because when Jason and I were stuck in Washington, D.C. in the snow, he invited us into his home for dinner, and we appreciate that very much. Got to visit with his kids and his wife, and it was a very good time. But the important aspect of the trip really was to see how much effort that he put in to assist the FAC in getting all these appointments. It was amazing, because they were able to gain access and appointments really because of Greg and the firm's efforts put out there on our behalf. So I want to thank you personally for that, and the firm. It was a great experience for me. It was my first trip to D.C., and it really was interesting seeing how a lot of this does kind of work. This legislative agenda, which I'm going to move approval of, is something that I know they put a lot of time and effort into, and I know that this is not an all-inclusive issue, and that we may have to add things as we go, but we can see how they are flexible and do that. So with that, my motion is made.
Okay.
Second.
I got a motion and a second to approve the 2014 federal legislative agenda. Discussion, Commissioner Duffy.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, I want to say I like your idea about the map. I think that would be really helpful for us. And my other idea is to ask FAC if they would like to join us. Commissioner Constance, aren't you somebody important on FAC now?
I'm on the board of directors.
Do you think this is an issue that FAC could embrace? And if we do it as a state, I think that would have a tremendous impact on how this turns out. And I think somebody used the word, we're mad. We're really mad about this. This is them taking away our rights, and I think our citizens should be mad too that they're even considering going this far with their over-regulation. So, and also, Greg, I want to thank you very much for all of the things that you've done for us. It shows why having good lobbyists in Washington can be really, really helpful. And look at the success with the flood insurance situation. Honestly, I really think Charlotte County took a lead on that. And Commissioner Truax, you too, you did a great job working on this and talking to all those congressmen and senators around the country. So it does work. Sometimes we just need a little coordination and leadership, and it's a big job to try to convince the federal government what to do or not to do. But I think we have that opportunity, and we have seen that it works. So any other issues of this magnitude, I think we should really try to work on that and have a positive effect for the county. Thank you.
Thank you. Any additional discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of approving the 2014 federal legislative agenda signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, say no. Hearing none, it's passed unanimously. Mr. Burns, thank you very much.